So we do hope they improve, because obviously we don't want to have these conditions affecting performances and athletes. But there we see, there's your lineup for the men's decathlon under 18, 1500 metres. Ashley Maloney from Queensland. He's had a fantastic championships, Ash. Next we've got Donald Omar from New South Wales, followed by Luke Hunter from New South Wales, Lachlan Burrows from South Australia, and Sam Evelyn from Queensland.
This is a combined event, so those athletes 5 to 9 are in the under 18 decathlon, and the athletes 1 to 4, they'll be in the under 17. So it is a two-man race here, or two age group race, and those athletes in 1 to 4, Simon Young, Cooper Thompson, Cooper Saunders, and Sebastian Renecki. And these guys are really pushing the pace here. That looks like Cooper Thompson. It's been pretty handy so far, and he's really strung out the field. And this is what you do see. You do see the field get strung out in these kind of races, because there's so many different types of athletes come towards the decathlon.
Yeah, most definitely. And as you see, usually this is sort of the way you would see a field after 3 laps. But they're only coming through the first 300 shortly. So it is interesting to see. You get those athletes that obviously may not feature too much in the throws, but then they get their chance to come out here on the track and put it to those athletes who may have put it to them in the throws. As we see these athletes go around, looks like we've got Lachlan Burrows out there leading the way, followed by, looks like Cooper Thompson there. But at the moment we've got Burrows. He's in the under 18s, Cooper in the under 17s. So obviously it's a thing where Cooper doesn't have to worry about Lachlan. They're in separate age groups, obviously separate competitions, but he has the ability to be able to use Lachlan Burrows. A little bit of a marker. Obviously he understands. A lot of these athletes know how the other athletes perform over these events, so they'll be smart and wise to that. But Lachlan Burrows doing it all himself at the moment. And these athletes, and it's one of those things where usually at these sort of things, the individual 1500s, championship racing, so it's about the win. This is not about the win. This is all about the time. These athletes need to make sure that they perform at their highest in order to get the highest number of points.
You could be anywhere in this field, but if you're doing better than you've ever done before, then that's all you could do.
Exactly.
It's not your place across the line in here.
No. Sometimes the winner of a decathlon doesn't have to go out here and win the 1500.
No, this is 9 time trials. Just all happening at the same time. That's all it is.
Yep.
And it's an event that you really can take a lot out. I know I saw it in the under 16 boys. A fella came into the final with a 300-point lead, finished second.
See, and that's the thing. The event can change so much with this one race. But the funny thing is typically it's the worst event of all the athletes.
And it's the last event. It's the hardest event. I know we say it. I don't know many of these guys who would turn up at an all-comers or a shield meet at their local interclub and volunteer to do the 1500.
No, definitely not. It's something obviously they work on in training, but it's very rare they actually go and run a 1500 outside of a decathlon anyway. So as we see there, Lachlan Burrows coming into the straight again. Times it tick over 3.
So he'll be 400 metres left for Burrows from South Australia. And these boys just slogging it out.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Burrows will be looking to go somewhere around that 4:30 to 4:40 mark.
As he gets the bell, that looks like Luke Hunter from New South Wales, currently up there. And those Emblem, that looks like Sam Emblem as well. Cooper Thompson and then Ash Maloney.
Yeah, Cooper Thompson spent a bit of time up the front earlier, but obviously he's starting to drop back a little bit. The other athletes are starting to move away from him. But again, Cooper Thompson doesn't have to worry about these other athletes. They're all in the older age group, the under 18s. Looks like he's still in the lead in that 17s age group. But still, all Lachlan Burrows. And these athletes will push all the way through to the line. Sometimes you can see athletes in the individual events, if they know they're not doing well, they may give up, just run down the straight, ease up. But this is an event you cannot do that. It's all the way through the line.
I feel like Burrows has really actually turned on the pace a little bit. This gap has gotten bigger and bigger. And a very smooth mover. This is actually not a bad time. Cedric Dubler last year went 4:55 to finish off his decathlon.
There you go. And that just shows how well Lachlan is actually doing in this. He takes it out 4:39.92 unofficially. Looks like a bit of a sprint finish here. Cooper Thompson pushing all the way through the line.
Boys absolutely shattered. They've put it all out on the line. It will be a while before we see their final point scores. It's been a big day for these boys. All out there for a long, long time. They've had all the conditions in the world, boiling hot, pouring rain. Give them a big round of applause when you're sitting at home.
If you did a decath, I feel like it's one of those moments where you look forward to your first meal after doing a decath.
Oh.
You're so spent that all you can think about is getting a little bit of food in you. What would be your meal? Your meal that you would have?
My meal?
Yep. After a decaf.
You're going to have to let me have a think about that.
All right, we'll come back to you a little bit later.
Depends
we'll
where
come back
I
to you
am.
a little bit later. We'll see if we can cut down to Tamsin. Looks like she's down there with these decaf guys.
Honestly, it's carnage down here. Okay, guys, I know you're in agony. Who can talk after that 1500? Anyone?
Freaking nature. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, you've been dobbed in. 1500, your favourite of the 10?
Oh, it's definitely my worst. I hate every minute of it, but I love Decathlon.
Are you happy with how the 10 events went?
Oh, I'm really happy with day one, but this weather, it's a killer, but it's great.
Are you guys going to do a victory lap together, or are you just going to head back and get out of this weather? Yeah, fair enough. Well done, great effort.
Thank you.
Tamsin, just before he goes, ask
Hang
him,
on one sec.
does he have a meal that he looks forward to after doing a decath?
Okay, the guys up there, Matt and Ben, they want to know, do you have a meal that you look forward to after doing a decaf?
I'd say Hungry Jack's dog Whopper and cheese.
Health, right there. Well done. Will you go get that double Whopper and cheese?
Well, hey,